me clearly. America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that happens every single year during Black History Month. There is some company or some kind of cafeteria or some school that will serve chicken, waffles, and watermelon. And then they come back and tell us they need sensitivity training. And we know darn well you can't train this out of a person. And in all honesty, white people, I wish you would stop coming to us and telling us about this sensitivity training every time something racist happens, every time somebody that put this together did it deliberately. But they're telling us in this story that it was a mistake. You made a mistake by putting chicken, waffles, and watermelon on a plate, and that was a mistake. Y'all need to get out of our faces with this sensitivity training that you keep babbling about every time somebody gets caught red-handed doing something racist. I don't know anybody that feels good about your sensitivity training other than you. Number two, you don't have no originality. This stuff happens every year. I did a story last year, in the year before, in the year before, in the year before on this same identical thing that occurred during Black History Month. Just like we see blackface every single year, every single year. And every single year, sensitivity training. Oh, they made a mistake. Oh, this and oh, that. We don't care. And quite frankly, sick and tired of hearing about your lame ass sensitivity training. If your sensitivity training, or any training for that matter, is so effective, we wouldn't see this stuff every single year, but yet we do. We see it because America is a very, very racist country, and it always will be one. Person that put this together knew exactly what they were doing. This is a mistake. Give me a break for real. I'm going to go ahead and play this video from News 12, and I'll be right back.
New tonight, allegations of racial insensitivity at a middle school in Rockland County because an outside food vendor will be going through equity training after serving what some are calling an inappropriate lunch to students this week. News 12's Diane Caruso brings us that story from Nyack.
Nyack Public Schools' outside food service provider, Aramark, is in hot water. Middle schoolers were served chicken and waffles and watermelon for lunch on February 1st. That's the start of Black History Month.
It was a bad taste, especially this time of year during Black History Month. It was really, really inappropriate.
Wilbur Aldridge is the NAACP regional leader for our area.
Whoever prepared that menu certainly could not have been a culturally competent or sensitive individual.
According to Aramark's finalized February menu from Nyack, students were supposed to eat Philly cheesesteaks with broccoli and fruit.
We did not anticipate the chicken and waffles being served on February 1st.
Interim School Superintendent James Montesano says he was told by the food provider that the change happened in part because the food director died this year and someone else stepped in.
The new person put the February menu together, and on February 1st, they also had cheesesteaks. Not wanting to serve cheesesteaks 2 days in a row, they made the unfortunate decision to do what they did.
Aramark sent a statement saying in part, "While our menu was not intended as a cultural meal, we acknowledge that the timing was inappropriate and our team should have been more thoughtful in its service," adding this was a mistake and are committed to doing better work in the future. Aramark employees will now be participating in equity training that is in line with the school district.
So the idea that they are now going to be part of our training, I think is a step in the right direction.
In Nyack, Diane Caruso, News 12.
And Aramark has not yet answered our follow-up questions on the decision process.
Okay, so you saw the video. I don't think sensitivity training is going to do any good in this situation. And I think the school made a terrible mistake by allowing this vendor to stay on. I really do. If they really wanted to take the right stand, they would have gotten rid of this vendor as soon as this happened. The fact that you are talking about sensitivity training and all that stuff that's not impressing anybody, by the way, it tells me that really you don't really care. You really don't care. That's why you're keeping the same vendor. So you saw the president of the NAACP in Nyack. They spoke to CBS about this and said, it raises concerns. And there were parents that complained to both the school and Amerimark, the food service. They also contacted them. The company issued an apology to NBC for the foolery, saying it was a mistake. No, you did not mistakenly put chicken waffles and watermelon on a plate. You did that deliberately. And the way they got it all nicely set up, the waffles first, the chicken in the middle, and then the what? No, that you did on purpose. That was not a mistake. That was not a mistake. But see, this goes back to what I was telling you. As long as you keep your kids in these schools, this stuff is never going to stop. These folks got a lot of nerve screaming about CRT. They are the creators of CRT. Okay? If they would have just left us alone historically, they wouldn't have to worry about CRT. CRT is 100% their doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not satisfied with the solution they came up with. But then again, I don't have a child in Nyack Middle School. But if I did, I would have a big problem with this whole thing. And these folks keep telling us they don't want to do CRT because of how white children are going to feel. So I guess out of all the kids in the school district, the only ones to be concerned about are white children. But when these things occur, they don't care about how it makes our children feel, nor does it come up in their media. When they talk about these things, they only bring up one group of children, and those are white children. To hell with all the other children and what they have to go through. So, we'll see more of this throughout the month because, like I said, it comes up every single year. And before it's all said and done, we'll see somebody out here in blackface that will make the news. It's usual thing, no original thought, no originality whatsoever. The same old BS year in and year out. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.